Okay, so all right. I think this is recording already. Okay. So I just was able to prepare a slide. So just go through it and then go through GitHub and I think maybe if you are fast, we'll be able to also like just talk about Figma because as a front end developer, you need to be familiar mostly because well, I would say Figma. There's still other decent, but like Figma is kind of like more popular because it's free. So that's what most designers use. So because as a front end developer, designer will design and then give you the Figma link. And you will have to like know how to navigate through Figma so you'll be able to like easily work on the project. So let's talk about it. Yeah. Okay, so wait, let me just start here. This time is still loading. So, hello, can anyone hear me? Jeez. Hello? Okay, alright. Sorry, I don't even know my laptop. I don't know, it's kind of like bit slow. Okay, I think it's working now. Sha. Let me just close some of these tabs. I don't know if that's right. Hmm. Well, I think we should just be reading it from there. Okay, I think I'll have to be reading it from here. I don't know, my laptop's kind of like slow. So, Git, GitHub, okay. We'll just talk about what GitHub is and then okay, we also look at like how to create a repo and then how to push your code to repo and also how to clone. And then I would also want us to talk about like collaborating in GitHub because we are going to be working on this thing. If when we're going to be working on the group project, you have to collaborate with others in GitHub because we'll probably be using GitHub for the project. So I think I'll also touch that on. Sha. Okay, well, let me just quickly accept someone. All right, so GitHub, Git, okay, Git. We have Git and GitHub. So Git is like a tool. Git is a tool that like you install in your system, maybe or a server. And then what Git helps you to do, like Git helps you to like have different version of your project. You just say you okay, just like in a company now, they push out a product okay, like just like every app or every this thing like have a version, like just like if you have an app, they will say like they upgraded some stuff, you should update your app. So it's just like a version. So Git help you to do that. Like that's almost all the time. Like if you have this version and the version, like you push the version, people are using it, and then maybe you make some changes and then push your code, like commit your code again, and then you notice that like there's some issue, you can go back to the previous version of your code, so like things will be working. Or maybe if you have an issue, you can go back to a particular version. So that's what Git help you to do. It helps you keep track of your project changes, and then you can also like with it you can try out idea. Maybe you add something, you have it like you add something to the project and maybe start misbehaving or something. You just come back to your previous project, to a previous commit. And then GitHub just like an online cloud where like you save your this in your work, just like a cloud where you save your like your project from your local computer to the cloud. And it helps you to like share your this thing, share all your work to people, all that, showcase your work. So the difference between Git and GitHub. The main difference is they are used and how they work. Git is like a tool used on your computer to manage your project and then keep a history change. And then GitHub is just like a website where you save and share your project with others. So that's where like people see those projects like you did. Like we'll still go to the GitHub this thing. Okay, for us, I don't know, maybe I think since most of us we are beginner here, so we probably don't have Git installed. First of all, what you need to do is if you want to create account, you just go to Google and then search GitHub. Yep. Just search GitHub. I'll be opening this with incognito mode so that I'll be able to see. Okay, so just go to GitHub, click on sign up, and then you fill up your information, and that's just it. It's easy to create your account in GitHub. It's not that hard. So we'll be creating our account after this class. I think that would be like our first project, just to create your account in GitHub and then also download Git, and then you submit your this thing. You submit your GitHub account. So just enter your mail. That's it. So the another important this thing is like Git. You need to download. You need to have Git in your laptop because Git is what you'll be using to push your code to GitHub. So just to download Git, you can just go to Google, search Git. Just search Git, the first link, just click on it. Then you can just click on this download or just click here straight, then you will download it. For this, for like if you are using a Mac, you just go to here. There are steps that you can use to download Git. Though it's still here in the slide, so I'll be sharing the slide in the group later. And then I'll also be sharing some videos that we can use. You can like go through and some useful videos. So this is how to create a readme, and I think okay, this for readme, how you're going to write a good readme. So I think let's just go to GitHub now and then demonstrate all this. I will be sharing this slide in the group so you can just go through it later. So okay, let me go to my GitHub. Okay. Okay, so this is my GitHub account. Maybe as like since you just started, you will not see any of this. Like if you just create, because these are just the project, the repo I've created. So as a beginner, you will not see any of this. You have to like set it up yourself. And then there are some. Okay, here just like some stuff I've done, the commits I've made. the contribution and all that. This is just my okay, just my recent work that I've done. Here is like the organization I belong to, then the achievement. So and then here repositories, that's where I have all my repos. These are my work that I've done. So you can after working on your project you push it to GitHub. And then one of the reasons why Git is okay is like it's just like saving your work in the cloud. So that like let's just say you have your computer and then you save after working on a project, you save it in GitHub. Then maybe something happened to the maybe happened to your system and you want to do something like maybe there's a project you're working and you're not able to finish and you want to like continue and already pushed what you've worked to GitHub. You can just use someone's laptop, just go to your GitHub account and clone it. So that's it. So that is why one of the reasons why Git is okay. You can save your work and then you have access to it anytime. So these are just my some of my repos. So there is this I'll be like talking about the useful commands, like some of the most used command I will be using mostly all the time to push your code. So this is how you create a repo. If you open your GitHub, like when you've already created the account, downloaded Git, and then you set it up, like the instruction is in the slide, so you can just go use the slide later and go through it and how to create your GitHub account and then how to create a repo and how to like download the Git and set it up. It's in the slide, so I will be sharing it later. So to create a repo, just come here then click on new repo. Then here you just type in the repo you want to create. So there's this project I worked on for someone, so I'll be pushing it to GitHub. I will just push it to GitHub so that you will see. So this is the name of the rep. I will name it this scissors. That's the name of the lesson. So you can add a description for the this thing for the repo, and then always like right now, always leave your this in public so that I'll be able to like access it. Like when you submit all this thing, you can leave the readme. Just write the name of the repo and then click on create. So like right now I've already created I've already created my this thing, my repo. So now let's just talk about like okay, here sef you have all the this thing, you have all the commands you need, like how to push it to GitHub. Like this is for like you just created a new repo and this is command. If you already have like an existing repo, you can just follow this command here and just run in your terminal. So I'll open the this thing. This is the project. It's just normal HTML and CSS project. I okay, and then again, I don't know. You can, I believe, like most all of us now should have a text editor. Like I'm using VS Code, so you can be using anyone you want. Just in your VS Code, open the terminal. Let's just say if you are using like Atom, any of these text editor that don't have terminal, you can just use your normal terminal. Just go to reader types, go to your search this and type CMD. And then if another good thing I like about the Git is like they have this that Git bash. They have like Git bash, just like a terminal. So and then I don't know if any of you know about Linux. If you know like most of these Linux command, you can be using the Git bash to run the Linux command because I think mostly that is what I use, sort of using the normal CMD, this Windows CMD. This thing is kind of like delaying. Hope you can still hear me. All right. So if there is a question, you can just mute and ask. Okay. So I think I'll be using Git Bash. So all these commands I'll be using, all of them that are in the slide. So I will share it in the group, and you can just go through the slides. And maybe when you're creating your this and you want to push, you can just use the slide. Okay. So all right. All right. So you can just follow this step one after the other. You can leave. I'll be leaving this readme. Readme just like writing the explanation about your project or the repo. Just explanation about the repo. I will still show some maybe some this thing that I've already created. I'll still show some this thing that like my any repo that I've created that has readme. So you see how it looks like. Okay, this one didn't write anything here. Okay, so but let's just go to this thing. Let's just see how to push our code to GitHub, to the repo that we just created. So here this is the repo I've created. So you can just follow this. You can just follow this instruction. Just follow it one after the other. First of all, you can copy this git init. Go to a terminal and run it. Okay. So this git init, what it just does is it initialize your this project like so that like it will make it like I don't know how to explain this, but like it just initialize this thing and then so that it'll be like so like you'll be able to like push it like just initialize this thing the project. So now that I've already run this git init, let me just if I run ls dash LA. Okay, you will see that there is this folder named .git that was created, but you can't see it because it's used with the because of this dot, so it's hidden. So if you run this git init and then you want to know if it worked, you can just run ls. If you are using git bash, just run ls dash la and then you will see this. And then you can also see that this main showed up. So that means this project is already initialized. So the next thing you now do another command, the second command you will do is adding this thing, adding the project. So but like before then you one of the command you'll be using mostly all the time just for you to be using it to check what you are doing is git status. Okay, so that means like there's nothing. I haven't like added anything. I haven't added anything. So but if I run git add, so one thing about this git add is you can add the project one after the other, like with git add, then you can just type the name of the project, the name of the file you want to add. Let me just type index.html. And then if I run git status again, wait, okay, wait, I think it's supposed to show, yeah, wait, showing that nothing to commit. I don't know why it's. doing that. But wait, let me just check. Okay. I don't even know why. Okay. Sorry, I think I know. I think I know why. So this project, I've already pushed it to GitHub already, but not to my GitHub because this project is for I did it for someone, so I pushed it to the person GitHub account. So that is why it's doing this. But um okay, let me just this. Let me just check another project I can use. Yep. Mm. Okay. Try it out. Okay. Yes, that's okay. So let me just look for another. I think that this empty. There's nothing really there, but I can just push it to GitHub. Let me now if I can get the project and push it. No, I think that should be a project. Something I did yesterday. I can. Um, what's it called? Okay. I think should be this. Okay, so this is just an empty project. Like there's nothing there. Just the class I was supposed to have with someone yesterday. So I haven't really done anything, but I'm going to push it to GitHub now. I'll be pushing it to the repo I created. I'll be using Git Bash. So, so sorry, my laptop is kind of like a bit slow. I haven't switched it off for like how many weeks now. Okay, so I think this should be ready. So we just follow the command. So first of all, we type git init. Okay, then okay, I think it just worked. So let me git status. Okay, so have you seen like when I type this git status, like it brought up these two files inside the folder, this folder. So there's these two files here. But like if it's red, that means you've not added it. You've not added it, it's not ready to be committed. So but then if you type let me you can add the files, like if you want to add it one after the other. Let's just say there are some files you want to add, you don't want to add any other ones. You can just type git add, then index. Let me just add this index.html. Then let me check again. Git Okay, so you can see now that like this index.html is green, which means I've already added it. It's now waiting to be committed. So, but the I think the command you'll be using mostly all the time is git add, then space and dot. So what this does is it adds all the files here. If there's so many other files, it will just add them like once. So you don't need to be adding them one after the other. So you can just use git status and check. Okay, so both of them are green now, so which means I've added them. So the next command is from here. You can see git commit. So git commit, then write your commit message. So this commit message is really important because let's just say if you're working like let's just say you're working on a company now or you're working on a big project that have like it will obviously have different version. So though mostly people might use this first commit, but like you can be like using the different version. Let's just say you first of all pushed it. You can use like let's just say you use first comment, then after that let's just say you now made some changes, I want to push it again. You have to write comment because the comment will like help you remember the changes you made, like the changes you made, so that let's just say later in the year, like maybe some years, and then you come back to the project and then you want to like check all the this thing that I've already done, like the version, different commit this thing. You can from the commit message, you will know like what you did, what you updated, and all that, like before pushing it. So you can let's just say this use this first commit, then not inside double quote or single quote. So I've already committed the this thing. I already committed it now. So the last command is just okay. So this git branch main, I think before Git was their this in their main branch. It wasn't main before. I think it was something like it was master branch. Yeah, that was what they call it. But now they changed it to main. So I think you need to specify that you're pushing to main, because sometimes because see you see before like specifying and pushing to main, like you can see that this branch, you can from if you're using git bash, you'll be seeing the branch that you're currently on. So this is just the master branch. It was in the master branch, but they've changed the name of the master branch to main or something, but like it's still there. But so most of the time you just have to like run this command to push it to this to main branch. So next thing is to copy this. So what this does, I think this just like specify the place, like the repo you want to add it to, you want to push this project to. So just run it. Then the last command is just to push the this thing, to push the repo to GitHub. So your project to GitHub. So yep. Okay, you are done. So if you come to the repo now, if I refresh, okay, you've seen that those two files are here. The two files are here now. So this is just how you do this thing. This is just how you create a repo and push your this thing and push your project to repo. So if you want to submit your assignment now, your work, after you pushed it to repo, you can just do this thing. Just come here and then copy this URL. That's just it. Just copy the URL and submit. So that I'll be able to like if you want to check your code, you can just come to this URL and then do this and check your code. But before that, there are some projects that we'll be doing, because one of the good thing about Git is GitHub helps you do this thing, like it can help you host your this thing, It can help you host your work. Like if it's just like normal HTML, CSS, and JS, you can actually host your work and then send people the link. Or if you have a domain, you can just host your work there, add your domain, and then that's just it. You can just be using it. Because okay, so let me just show you guys my portfolio website. One portfolio website I worked on. I okay, this is the new repo. So one portfolio website I worked on, a portfolio website I worked on, I hosted it with Git. So this is the whole stuff, and so if you view, okay, if you click on this link now to see the portfolio, it will take you to the portfolio. So see this is just this thing. This is my domain name. So I hosted this my portfolio in GitHub pages. I use GitHub pages to host it because I just normal HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I used GitHub pages to host it, and then because I have a domain, I bought a domain, so I was able to like add the domain. So, but if you don't have a domain, there is this custom domain from GitHub you can be using. So let me just quickly show you how to publish your work to GitHub pages. So, but before that, let me just update this. Let me just add a H1 tag so that when we do this, so that when we display this, when we host this thing, we'll be able to like see the stuff here. So let me just say let me just write git class. I'll delete this one, then this one. So now now that I updated this file, okay, let me save. Now that I updated this file, if you come to this your terminal and now type git status, you see that this index.html is showing red. Why? Because I modified the file. So anytime you make a change, you have to push this thing, your code again to GitHub so that the change will reflect in GitHub. So let me just add the file, git add, git commit. Um, okay, I can say something like updated index file. Okay, it has already been committed. Then I can just so you can just type git push if you want. Just type git push. It will push the this thing. Don't need to be typing those other ones again. So if I come here now and refresh, you see that it has already been updated. So anytime you make a change and you have to like commit and push again to GitHub. So now that I've already done this, so let me just show you how to create GitHub page and host your this thing. So if you want to host, just go to settings, scroll down. Okay, you see pages, and then again another thing you need to take note is if you're hosting, you need to name your home page index.html because that is they'll be looking for a page named index.html to display first. So just go to GitHub page. Okay, yep. Okay, then come here to this branch, select main, then just see, then click on save. So okay, if you have a course, so let's just say you are hosting your this thing here. If you are hosting your portfolio website here, and then you have a custom, you bought a domain, so you can just come here, this custom domain, and add your this thing, add your domain. Before doing that, you have to go to the domain this thing and link it. So but that one, not covering that one now, sha. So okay. So I've already done this. Okay, yeah, the link is ready now. Just wait for some minutes and then refresh. So if you click on visit the site now, have you seen this? That means you've already hosted on this. You can copy this link and send it to anybody. Person will be viewing it. As long as it's just plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it'll be just like you've already hosted on this thing, the site. You can just copy this. So let's just say if you have a task that you need to host with GitHub page, this is how you're going to host it, and you will just copy this URL. And then if you have need to submit it, this is what you are going to copy and submit. So that is it for this thing. That is it for this thing for the GitHub pages. So I think we should know the commands, the necessary command here, just to push your this thing. Just git init. Let me just type it, git init, git add, git commit, then dash m, nope. Then your this thing, your commit message, just type anything like. Then another one is okay, git push. Then okay, you can be using git status to check the status of your this thing. So that's it. So and okay, another thing is now to okay. So here now they have okay, you can come to okay. Let's just say if you come to this commit now, you can see the state of my this thing. This is the first one. This is the first commit I made. Like this is just you can just call it this is the first version. So and then you can see that it has this ID. Each of them have ID, and then this is the current one. You can see that it ticked good, which means this is the main or the current one that we are in now. Let's just say that I I made a mistake or I'm not supposed to, or let's just say these changes are made is causing an issue. So you can just with this thing with this ID, you can come back to the previous commit. That is one of the main good thing about this gig, because if you do something and it's affecting your this thing, let's just say you're working in a company and then you push and then it's kind of like mess things up. You can just come back to the previous to the previous version. So let's just talk about the Git branch now. So Git branch, because you'll be working with if you'll be working on this what's it called? Okay, on group project. So and then it's recommended that you in your group each person should, let's just say okay, you have one person that will be handling the main branch. This is the main branch. Then if you want to work on something, they give you a work to something to work on, you have to create your own branch. So you create a branch, you can name it anything. Let me just name this Josh. Just create a branch and then you'll be working in that branch. And then the other person, maybe the main someone, another person will be working in the main branch. Another person can also create another branch too, and they'll be working with it so that it won't cause issue. Like let's just say someone do this thing, someone is editing index or HTML file, you're also editing it. So like if you push it, it's going to mess stuff up. So but if you have a different branch, if you have a different branch, if you're working in a different branch, after working on a different branch, if you want to merge it to this thing, to the main branch, because you have to merge it to the main branch, you have to create this thing, you have to create a pull request. I think you have to go here and you have to create a pull request. So if you create a pull request, the other this thing, maybe the person handling the main branch will now have to like accept the pull request, so we'll be able to merge it to the main. So and then another thing is that like if there's a conflict, the pull request won't work. So we have to like first of all resolve the conflict. So maybe later I shall be talking about how to like resolve conflict and all that. So that's another good thing about that. Just for Git branch. Okay, so wait, let me just come to my this now. This Git branch that I created. Let's let me just like change to that one. Okay, another important command. You will see all these things in the slide, but another important command is git pull. So what this git pull does is, if you're working in a project now, if you're working in a project with someone and then the person push their code to this into the person have already pushed to GitHub, and then you okay, sorry, I think I haven't talked about this Git clone. So another thing, let me just quickly talk about it. Another thing is this Git clone. So if you've already pushed, like let's just say we're working on a project and then you push it to GitHub. If after pushing it to GitHub and then maybe you don't have your laptop, you travel and you want to work on a project, you can go to your Git repo and then clone this thing. You can go to your GitHub and then clone the code to the computer that you are with. So you'll be able to update the code again. So let's just say this I have this, okay, which project do I have here now that okay okay, this to do React app that I created. So I don't think I still have this. I don't know if I still have it in my DC. So, but let me just create a folder. Um, Let me create a folder and do this. I will clone this now the repo to my laptop. Um, okay, let me just name it to do. I'll open it with let me just open it with this stuff. Because I think this Git clone is kind of like really important too. Because if you're working on a project with someone, let's just say when you'll be working on your group project now, you have to do this thing. When you're working on a group project, like the person handling, maybe like let's just say the team leader or something will be the one to create the repo, and then every other member will have to clone the repo to their laptop, to their system, so they'll be able to like be working with it. So I've already opened this. Like I've already opened the folder. So I want to clone this. Let's just say I don't have this um project now. This project I don't have it in my system again. So and then I need it. I need to have the project in my system. So maybe I want to make some changes. So I can just copy this, come to here, this code, copy this one, this HTTPS link, then go to your terminal. So just go to your terminal and type git clone. Just git clone, then you paste the URL. This the link you just copied from Git. Just type it, just do it, and then just like something like this, then it will clone. Just saying it. I don't know if like this stuff is kind of like delaying. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I was still saying this in the group, the slide in the group. But if you have, yes, can you hear me? What? So I didn't hear what you said. Yes, I can hear you now. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, that's true. Ah, I forgot. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Okay. So, yes, yes, that's okay. That's good. So, I don't know if you can, we'll be able to do it. Maybe if we can just quickly create another link, this thing, and one of you will just do. Okay, okay. So let's just go and join with the link you'll be sending in the group. So one of us will just quickly do this thing. Just create a repo and push this thing to GitHub. Okay, okay. You've already sent the link. So let's just join from here. Go to this thing, to the chat and join. Uh-huh. So just go to the chat, copy this Google Meet link now, join, so that one person will do this. Will just quickly create the repo and so we can just go to the other this thing now before the this thing ends. Take control to so let's can you hear me? Let's to the new Google link that was sent. Classic. Are you still there? Oh fuck, fuck. Just today, why? Hey, Jesus. Hey, no.
So
Okay, so
that is why we are doing this. If you get familiar with GitHub now,